Hello you guys, Journey here. This video is going to be kind of a rambly video. I did record live footage for it, so I was talking and drawing at the same time, so if you see me pausing and stuff, I'm so sorry about that. I didn't feel like editing it out because I want this video to be completely raw, but I decided not to use the initial audio for it because I was just going on too many tangents and rambling too much, and even no matter how much I edited it, it'd still be like an hour long, and I don't want you guys to go through that. So yeah, in this video I want to talk about depression and not really liking the outcome of your art. Self-loathing sounds like really a bad thing to say, so I'm not going to say that, but it's basically what I'm talking about. Now, this week is Mental Illness Awareness Week, and I honestly love that so much because no matter how many people go through it and how many people talk about it and how many people express it on the internet, it's still not a well-known enough thing, and not everybody gets it, and that bothers me. So I just drew a little picture. It wasn't really meant to be so emotional, so emo, but I just kind of sat down and drew what I was feeling, and she has a lot of bags under her eyes, so I guess I'm feeling very tired and drawn out, and I just want things to be okay, as you'll see at the end of the video with the finished product. So depression. Depression, in my opinion, all of this will be my opinion, by the way, nothing is fact unless I say it's fact. But most of it is just my opinion and my thoughts on the matter. Depression. Depression to me isn't sadness. Anxiety to me isn't being shy. Schizophrenia or bipolar, that's not crazy, that's not moody. They may have some of the same symptoms, but I don't think you should use depression or anxiety or anxious or just any of those words as an adjective, because it's a descriptive word, but it's not meant to be used that way. It's a condition, it's an illness, and you don't see me saying, what's an example I could use? I don't know. You don't see people saying, oh, I feel very cancer right now. No, because it's a disease. It's not a it's not a adjective. You shouldn't use it that way. And I know it probably sounds like, oh, crybaby, I'm a special snowflake. No, I'm saying don't use it that way. It's not a word that should be used that way. And to do that in front of somebody that actually deals with it, to just say it as it's a word to describe something that could like maybe go away if you just didn't worry about it, no. I stop being cold when I'm done being cold. When I warm my body temperature, I don't stop feeling the things that I feel when it comes to a mental illness. I don't stop having the symptoms. The symptoms may go away or digress or just like not be as bad one day, but they're still there. And the fact that some people have the audacity, yes, I say the audacity, to say, oh, it's not a big deal. Oh my God, why don't you just be happy? Or why don't you just not worry about it or let it go? I'm like, no, that's not how it works. Okay, I don't want this video to be very ranty, but that does bother me. And the stigma around it is kind of annoying. The fact that people make it as like a marketing gimmick and stuff. Like, I think it's fine. Say if you want to make a t-shirt that revolves around something, it's fine to make it to bring awareness to it, but it's not fine to make it to just put money in your pocket and make it seem like it's not a big deal and it's just like, oh, it's cute and it's catchy, so I'm gonna put it on a t-shirt. No, don't do that. That's not funny. That's not good. No, shame on you. In the art community, I feel that it's a little bit too cookie cutter. Just in our community, that's like being advertised the most. There's a lot of small art channels that talk about real things and draw real things. I'm not saying every channel should be moody and talk about sad stuff. No, not saying that. Everybody needs happiness. Everybody needs a pick-me-up. But I don't think you should censor people from not knowing the truth. It's not a bad thing to know. Knowledge is the best thing you could have, and once you want to expand your mind to something like this that a lot of people go through, millions of people go through, I think that's the greatest thing ever. But the moment you say, I know it's a thing, but I don't care to know because it doesn't affect me directly, that's when it becomes a problem. Just because it doesn't affect you directly, or you don't know somebody that it affects, first of all, you don't know what the people around you go through behind closed doors, and you don't know what you'll go through in the future. It'll sneak up on you. It's like, you're the prey and it's the predator. It will strike you when you're in your most vulnerable state. You don't know what could happen, what could trigger it. You don't know. That's why you should want to learn, and that's why you should want to just be educated. I don't know. I feel like education is the best thing ever, especially when it comes to social things and things that you don't really learn in school, which you should learn in school, but you don't, unfortunately, because that's where most of it begins for some people. And it ties hand in hand with not really liking your art. I mean, you can go through like hours and hours of making something, and it's not necessarily because you see somebody else's art and it's better than yours. It's because you're just in a rut and you can't get out of said rut because it's just it's too hard, and it's always hard to do it on your own. But you should try, and you should be able to. I think that's the best thing ever. I feel that it's okay to be the best and worst critic about your own art, but not until the point where you feel that your art isn't good enough at all. Not to the point where you feel that it's just a waste of time and that you shouldn't try. And that doesn't just apply for art, it applies with any outlet, any hobby you may have that requires a certain amount of skill. And I'm not saying you have to have skill to be good at it or have skill to do it. I'm saying where there's a platform where there's obviously, you start as a beginner, intermediate, and then like expert. If it's like that kind of hobby, like running, you may run as a hobby. No, you don't have to be Usain Bolt to run, you know? And if you put yourself down so much to the point where you don't want to do it anymore, even though it makes you happy, I think that's a problem. And I think it could put you in a rut. Like, for me, for example, I love doing art. I love it so much. I love it because it's my outlet. I love it because I can express myself in any way that I need to. I love it because it helps me. It's a good coping mechanism. I love it because it's so subjective and suggestive. But I just love it because it helps and it's a good outlet, like I said. And there's so many other ones that other people may have. And I feel like if it makes you happy, if it helps with whatever you need, or it's just a fun pastime, don't put yourself down about it. Because the moment you make yourself feel bad about something that you feel that you need, something that helps you, I feel you won't really get anywhere, if that makes sense. You'll just be sad. And that's not a nice thing to feel. Sometimes it's okay to feel it. Sometimes it's okay to be self-aware about everything that you're feeling. But don't hurt yourself, you know? I'm rambling. A lot of traditional artists, painters, more so, or just people who go to art school in general, or maybe just have a knack for the greats and great artists of the past, you'll know that a lot of them actually battled with a lot of mental illness, and that's okay. That's definitely fine, but it just wasn't well known then. Nobody really called it, and if you did, it wasn't really like a lot of ways to get help, and there is now. There really is, and if you do need help, like I said, I do a mental illness awareness series. It's always links at the bottom of that. There's people you can trust that can help you. Even go to somebody online that you may know. It doesn't have to be your next door neighbor or your parent if you don't feel comfortable with them, but there will be links down below to places where you could talk to somebody. And thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for following me on my artistic journey, and I hope you keep following yours. Bye!
My obnoxiously long paintbrushes. Yes, 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 yes. I've literally, since I got them, I've just been like touching the bristles, like so nice, and like feeling how cool the handle is, and just literally been acting like an idiot because they're so soft.